Hello, everybody. Another episode of the Kloss Show. This one is going to be 28 minutes and 10 seconds. I already know it's going to be that long at the longest because I just deleted a ton of stuff off my phone and it still won't make it go longer than that. So I don't know how to make that work. But anyway, real wacky times out there right now. Per usual, I don't know what happened, but this one time when I was in Japan, these two people came up to me and my buddy and went, "Oh, can we pray over your happiness?" And we're like, "All right, fuck it, sure, fuck it." And they just put their hands in our face, like, and just stood there. They looked down at the ground and put their hands on our face, like, "Ah." But they just stood there in silence with their hands on our face while him and I just stood there like, "What the hell are they doing?" For a whole ass minute. And I think from that day on, we've gone off the rails here. We've got a guy with dementia as president. The stock market's all crazy. People are buying GameStop. And it's just craziness. Absolute wildness. Wildness. I think it's always been crazy, though, because I've been reading this book. Well, I just finished it, called Chaos. It's about this guy did like a 30-year investigation into the Manson murders and everybody who was involved. And it was just craziness. And they did all sorts of wild shit in there. Like, he was able to tie it to like the CIA and like mind control and like JFK. And the guy that killed JFK's killer, whatever the fuck his name was, the guy that owned the nightclub. Oh, I can't remember. The guy that killed Lee Harvey Oswald had like the same parole officer or something as Charles Manson, or the same brain doctor or something. I don't know. And the same guy was like running MK Ultra on the side as well. Like, so it's like some cool shit. There's some cool shit going on there. I would highly suggest reading the book Chaos. And that guy who was doing that I'm referring to, his name's like West, something West. They call him Jolly West, I think. And dude, that guy had it made at one point in one of his reports. Because what he was doing was he was setting up like brothels, but with two-way mirrors. And he would just sit on the other side of the two-way mirrors and watch these dudes fuck and feed them acid, dose them with acid and shit and drugs. And he'd just sit there and watch them. And in his report, and one of them would ask him why he's doing it. He's like, "Well, where else could I do something like this and be covered under the law? This is crazy." And he had like a mini fridge in there, and he would just sit there and rip martinis and watch people bang and do drugs all day. And so that guy was living it up. So shout out to that guy. He seems pretty cool. There's not a lot documented on him. It's like you gotta like piece it all together, but this guy already did it. He pieced it all together, which I guess makes sense. If they're in the CIA, you don't really want them knowing who's who, and they all have code names, so when it refers to them and outside of their stuff, it gets a little weird. But anyways, rather than me just explain the whole book to you, I didn't read it. Shouldn't say that. I didn't read it, because reading is for nerds. Nerd, you're a nerd that reads. I listened to it on audiobook while I did manly other shit at the same time, like men do, like the dishes and cleaning and all other stuff like that. But yeah, so I listened to that one. I listened to another audiobook as well, which was very odd. I don't know if I've talked about it on the show yet, but it's called Mr. Mercedes, and it is so fucking weird. Stephen King is the author of it. That guy is fucked in the head. He is fucked in the head. I don't think any of his books have good endings either. That guy is fucked. He went into great detail. He wrote this one scene out. I wouldn't read this book if I were you. It's old. It's weird. It's kind of sick and twisted. It's not even in a good way. Like the antagonist. I mean, I guess it's cool because you get to see the perspective of the good guy and the bad guy, kind of like The Wire, which it references a ton in the book, so you know he got the idea from that. But anyway, the bad guy, when you're watching him, just to say it easy simply, he's doing like the weirdest shit. Like his mom is like, I don't know if she's sucking him off or jerking him off, but she's sucking him off and jerking him off. When he gets headaches, he's like, "Oh, I have a headache," and she's like, "Oh, oh, come here and let mommy relieve you," or whatever. She was saying, let her help you relax, and she like jerk him off, and that, oh my god, I don't even want to say some of the shit he was saying. It was, then he kills his mom, of course, and the way he she dies is like, he just describes it so detailed, and her like vomit covered pussy and all sorts. It's just crazy. Oh, craziness. And the voice that the voice actor, or the guy that was reading it, he would do a different one for everybody. So he'd be like doing the bad guy, and he'd be like, "No, it can't be." And then he'd be like, cut to his mom and be like, "Hey, baby," or "Hey, let me help you." But it's the same guy doing the voice, and you're like, ah, what the fuck? And there's a sex scene too, and it's like tries to be erotic, but it's read by a man and written by a man. So I'm just like picturing Stephen King's ugly head writing it down, and this dude reading it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? Who is? It's so weird. It's like the sex scene. This like 62-year-old fat guy bangs like a 44-year-old woman whose sister fucking got killed, and it's just weird. It's like describes like his hard dick and everything, and I'm like, this dude ain't getting hard without fucking Cialis or nothing. He didn't say nothing about that on another page. And dude, it's just so ridiculous how he describes these old people fucking. I'm like, I don't want to read this. Can we skip ahead? Like, what? Why is this in here? Come on, dude. I don't even know why I stuck with it. I should have just quit reading it. But I read it, listened to the whole thing, and the ending sucks too. So overall, because it was unique, give it like a 6.5, 6 out of 10, something like that. It was okay. Very overrated. I missed the boat on the shorting GameStop. I missed the boat. I was tapping into all the people that I thought to tap into, and they all told me eventually it's gonna go back down. It was at $330 a share Friday when the market closed. I was busy at work when the market opened on Monday, so I wasn't able to check it and place an order, which I guess I could have put an order in beforehand, but I wanted to see if it was going to start to go down, because I wasn't sure, because there was some, the way it was described to me is there was some money that still had to be paid in from some of the people that shorted and lost money, and I was like, and that was going to make it go up a little, and I was like, oh, okay, let it go up first, then sell. In the time from when I finally got to look at it, the market had been open for about 2 hours, and it went from $330 a share to $128 a share, 28 or 29. I was like, fuck, I missed the fucking boat. Because now it's at like, it hasn't dropped a lot since then. It's at like 90 something, 98, and goes in between, so I missed the vote on that one. But you know what, fuck it. It is what it is. I was only gonna short for a few $1,000 anyway. I was like, it seemed like a guarantee to me. I was like, should I go big on this one? Should this be the big send? And I guess it should have been, but hindsight's 2020. It's hard to pick going into it. It's just like it's like placing bets on sports. And that's why I like the long-term stuff that just gradually goes up, gets you that compound interest and dividends and things like that. I like that a lot more, even though it would have been a cash grab. But hey, you live and you learn. Fuck it. It was sketchy anyway. It was a new thing. It was kind of like, what do I think? Well, I'm trying to judge the market at that point, which you should never try to do, and predict the market, which you should really never try to do. Ridiculous. I feel like I've talked about some of the stuff that I wrote down in here. But some people, I guess, couldn't really understand why the GameStop stock had just skyrocketed up. So I'll explain it real quick for everybody. Um, maybe I've already done this, but basically, to say it real fast, people were shorting it, which means they're betting against it. When you short, the real basic is how I put it. When you short, if the price goes down, you make money. If the price goes up, you lose money. It was just going down because it was GameStop, a tanking business. So they were shorting it, had billions of dollars in shorted money to, make it go from fucking $3 a share or whatever it was, $6 a share, $4 a share. They were trying to short it to death. And it got released somehow. One of these hedge funds, I don't remember specifically how, it got released that they were buying short sales of GameStop, and a big group of people on Reddit thought, we got you now. Buy it, because if you buy while it's being shorted, it'll go up because there's money. Because basically, they've put more money into it, essentially. And when it goes up, the more it goes up, the more money they got to put in, especially if they didn't pay off their short sales at some point. I don't know, but I guess they all lost billions and billions, and that made it fire the fuck up. And then it went down because I guess it ran out of money and people started selling. And that's the way it goes. Pretty easy, pretty simple. If you ask me, a lot of people don't understand money at all, or they don't understand finances in the slightest bit whatsoever. So hopefully I dumbed it down for all you fucking idiots because if you listen to my show, you're an idiot. I already know. There's no one out there who's out there like, let me just listen to the Kloss show on my way to fucking do some rocket science. That's not happening. It's a bunch of idiots. It's mostly just my friends that I tell, go listen to this at this point. But anyway, someday it'll catch on. People will love this shit. But I don't really give a fuck. Either way, oh my god, I watched this fucking garbage TV show on HBO. Because I really liked the movie. The movie Snowpiercer is awesome. The movie. Not the show. I was like, the movie's great. The show might be okay, because it's a cool premise. Oh my god. Right off the rip, bad acting. Which I guess is par for the course for TV, and I'm like, oh god. Oh boy, here we go. We got some bad acting. Which, some of the actors are okay. I think the main guy was the black guy. I think he's from that movie where he plays like a mover who tries to become a rapper and points a gun. It was stupid as fuck. 4 out of 10 movie. Stupid as fuck. Overrated. People are like, bro, you'll really get an insight into how things are if you watch this fucking movie. No, you won't. You'll get an odd painted picture of how things actually aren't. But anyway. Rapper go to the league. That'll get you a little closer. Oh yeah, the show was just fucking garbage, dude. It's absolute trash. The animation, when they finally showed the train, the animation for it was it looks like Thomas the Tank Engine, from back in the day, dude. I was almost in tears laughing. It's one of those where it's so bad it is almost worth watching, but it's not that bad where it's comically, it's still painful to watch. It just sucks. So don't watch Snowpiercer if you got HBO and you were thinking about it. It's trash. I saw a couple news article. I saw that 6 people got arrested in changing that stupid fucking Hollywood sign into Holly Boob. They changed it to saying Holly Boob, which is fucking fantastic move, people. I can't believe they arrested them. It makes sense because it's in California where everyone's like, I'm offended. This says boob. I'm offended. Not half of everybody has boobs. I'm offended. How dare they? Kids are spelling boobs with their calculators. It's not, what are they, exposing the children to the word boob? Come the fuck on. They have to spend money to fix it. Fuck that sign. I blame the Hollywood. It's so overrated there. It sucks. If you're not making movies, then why are you there? What are you doing? You're just paying more money to live in a shitty place. There was trash everywhere. Every corner had, I'm not even kidding, in the neighborhoods, people just pile their trash up by the stop signs. Like, the stop signs would be buried in trash. You would just see, like, half of it sticking out. Just trash everywhere. It fucking reeked. It smelled so fucking bad there. It's the best part is, like, when we go. I got in there by train from San Diego. I took that train up to L.A. and you go over the L.A. River, as is what it's called. It's just an absolute. Oh my god, I couldn't believe it. That was like already right off the rip. It's like, this is what you call a river? This is ridiculous. This is a drain. This is a drain. This is the LA drain. Like, this is outlandish, dude. So stupid. But I could shit on and I know but it's too easy, dude, to shit on California. Most people are moving now anyway. They're starting to catch on. They're like, oh yeah, this does blow. Maybe people are getting a little smarter, because if they're realizing that, once people start to realize what they got to get through their thick fucking heads is to stop buying these name brand clothes and purses and shit that is literally still just child labor drop shipped over here and then just rebranded for an insane markup. Insane. People are like, oh my god, I have to have my Ellie and AV or whatever fucking bracelet. It's this much, this and that. It's the brand. I love this brand. It's like, that shit was 15 cents in child labor. Like, this is, what are you doing? Which I'm all for buying child labor if you get it for the cheap. Like, if you can buy most of that shit off AliExpress unbranded without the brand on it yet, and then just buy you a fucking brand patch and sew it on there. There's so much shit out there now, nobody knows enough to call you out. If they do, they're being an asshole and be like, oh no, I bought it. I must have got ripped off from this store. Oh, I thought I was overcharged, and pretend like you paid a lot. Fuck it. Who gives a fuck? It's stupid, superficial anyway. So that's one thing people got to get through their dumb, thick heads. Car payments. If you're making a car payment, you're probably fucking up. And fucking buying coffee. If you're buying coffee, you're fucking up. Which is, if you're doing that, and if you're buying your lunch at work more than once or twice a month, unless you work on the road. But even then, if you would just fucking pack some shit, it would be healthier and you'd save money. So, get you some fucking lunch meat and quit your fucking spending. It's better for you, I promise. It's not spending money. It'd be, well, that's kind of, we're already past that topic. Oh, another thing that people got to get through their fucking head is, if you start fucking investing, don't be looking for, the next big thing. What's the next fucking GameStop? What's the next one? To the moon, boys. Diamond hands to the moon. Don't stop. Please stop. Fucking come on, people. Stop. Just fucking put your money in a mutual fund. You do not have time to try to be watching the market like these people. I promise. You don't have time. You miss it by 2 hours because you're busy at work. It's it. That's it. You missed the boat. That was the window. You do not have time. I promise. Unless you are a fucking stay-at-home whore, which then you're probably smart enough to figure it out then, because you're smart enough to fool somebody into doing that. But anyway, just fucking put your money in a mutual fund with high dividend yields and a decent ROI over 10 years. Look at the 20-year. Look at the 20-year average, not the 1 year, the 5 year, or the 10-year. I promise. Look at the 20-year average. That's going to get you the most accurate read on what your money's going to do. Anyway, and you can actually predict that shit a lot easier. Anyway, I fucking say this shit every goddamn week. It'd be nice if at least just 5% of the people that started investing, just 5%, started fucking actually investing properly. Like, if they just were like, you know what, now that I have this account and this and that, I might as well just start putting money into a nice S&P 500 ETF or some bullshit. It'd be like, well, there you go. You're fucking doing something with your life besides just spending your money on dumb shit. Like, oh, I could invest my money, or I could buy this fucking dumbass fucking piano. Retards. Absolute retards. Oh yeah, did you guys see that they're proposing another 14 hundo for the Roni? These are Biden bucks now. They're not Trump tips. These are fucking Biden bucks this time. And I'm all for them giving me some free motherfucking money, but you know that people are like, oh, it only goes to people that it deserves. They do realize that that billionaires are getting taxed these as well, and it's not because it's because of how they own their businesses. Their social security number of who they are, the person they were born as, owns nothing. It's all in trusts and fucking shell companies, and it's all spread out. I'm telling you, these people's actual net worth of their social security number, they don't make any money every year, and because of that, they don't make any money. They and if they do, they set it to like $1. They get like $1 a year. Because of that, they're fucking getting them. They're getting the checky checks too, motherfuckers. I don't know what you're talking about on the online, but look into it. Look into it. I could explain it all. I probably have before. If not, I can. I'm not as good as explaining it. Maybe I'll get a guest on. I know a guy who explains it very well, but I don't think people are watching the Kloss show to understand how fucking shell corporations work for businesses and things like that. But that's the real woke. That's the actual being woke. When you know where all the money moves around and how they get out of paying and what they actually pay and how their businesses are structured, that's the real woke. Not this fucking, I saw a documentary about how they design cities so that the roads go past certain businesses and blah 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 40 fucking years ago, blah blah blah. That's not the real motherfucking woke, people. That's just consumerism. That's just consumerism, and you're playing into it. You cannot blame other people. You gotta fucking take responsibility for yourself at some point. That's not being woke. Knowing how they are actually trying to siphon the money away from you is being woke. They're not getting shit from me. I'll buy some Jordans and shit here and there. But I usually get them. I don't buy them retail, that's for sure. Never have I paid retail. And, things are worth what people pay for them, so I can sell them all for about what I paid for them. But still, that's dumb. I'm sure that's not even my point. I'm saying that I'll waste a little money sometimes. You gotta waste a little money sometimes. But not every fucking day, every fucking month, not every week. You gotta, and just budget your shit out. Like, God, how do I always end up talking about this? This isn't even funny. This always just becomes a rant of my disappointment and the average populace, which is fine by me. We're at 22 minutes. I got 6 minutes to annoy you guys before it cuts off. Yeah, I guess, but just to seal in what I was talking about, just have fucking discipline, and you'll be good to go. That's the actual core of your own success. Not what other people are doing, not about what you vote for. It's your own fucking discipline, and quit giving a fuck about every dumb little fucking thing, and don't give your money to corporations. Don't let them take it from you for nothing. Don't buy into consumerism, marketing. Don't fall for the marketing. Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my next checky check. I actually do know what I'm gonna do with. I'm gonna do with what I did with the other checks, which is not spend it and just put it and add it to the pile. And but Zaddy loves a little checky check. He likes a checky check. Well, 14 hundo direct deposited to me. I'll take that. That's the least they could do for me. Just keep giving me fucking money. I'm down. I'm totally not opposed to a universal basic income as well. I think have a universal basic income and have better financial education, and shit from there it should even out. It will work. It will work. The math is there. They waste more money on dumb shit than what it would cost for universal basic income. Just saying. Look into it. Do the math. Do the math. I'm still talking about this dumb shit. I've only got about 3 minutes. What can we talk about for 3 motherfucking minutes? I guess back to the Hollywood sign. It is unfortunate that those 6 people got arrested, because who really cares that much about that dumbass sign? Like, are there people who live there that are like, Oh, I worship the Hollywood sign. I can't believe they would mess with a piece of history. Oh my god, it's our history, our culture. Like, is that really happening? Like, or is it just a bunch of Karens being like, it says boobs now. That's not okay. It's just like there was a hockey team, not in my hometown, but in the area, and their team was like the Indians or something like that. And people were like, you got to change that. You got to change it. And they're like, all right, all right, all right, all right. So they changed it to the Blaze. And people are like, you can't have it as Blaze. That means like, blaze it. That's encouraging kids to smoke weed. And they wanted them to change the name to the Flamers. To the Flamers. It was like, that's even worse, people. Do you realize what a flamer is? Like, what? So I just think people are ignorant and dumb, especially people that take the time out of their day to talk and complain and call into radio stations and write newspaper articles and post on Facebook. Those are the actual dummies of the world. They're products. Those people are products. They're products, and they're getting sold, and they don't even know it. They don't even know that they're a product that gets sold. And because Facebook sells you. I don't think, if people think they're the customer at Facebook, they're wrong. They're the product at Facebook to the advertiser. The real customers are the advertisers. People putting ads out there. The people are the product. You're just a bunch of fucking products getting sold for what you're worth. Pennies. Anyway, that's about all the time I got. I'm almost out of time. And, I've got a minute left. But anyway, that's been Kloss Show episode 11. I hope you guys have a great fucking day. And, I need a good little outro. Like, I love how Bill Burr says on his. He's like, and go fuck yourself. I'm a little jelly that I can't have that one, but it's his. But, anyway, fuck yourself anyway.